Do you know about basic file management in SOLIDWORKS? Let's take a look. The basic part file contains basic geometry information, meaning the shape and the size of all the features, and it also contains material properties. The assembly file doesn't repeat that same information in it. It draws on the part file, and what it stores inside itself is the quantities and the component locations, the mates, and exploded view definitions. In other words, if the assembly was this room, the table would be one of the components, so all the information about the size and shape of the table are contained in the part file, and all that the assembly keeps track of is how many tables are in the room and their locations and the mates between like the table legs and the floor and how far the table is from the wall, but it wouldn't contain any of the geometry information on the size of the legs or the size of the table. That would all be contained back in the part file. So you need that two-way connection between the assembly and the part file. The third leg of this tripod is the drawing file. So the drawing file doesn't have any of that information we just talked about. The drawing file just has the sheet format data, and it also defines the components and the view orientations of the various drawing views. To get the actual geometry, it has to go all the way back to the part file and the assembly files to get the relationships between those components. So they all three work together. That's why you can't just send somebody just the drawing file or just the assembly file. You have to send them all of the files that are referenced by those documents. Two easy ways to do that are either use the file find references, and that'll show you all of the files that are referenced with the document and all the file locations, by the way, which you should know anyway. It shouldn't be a surprise where all these files are located. And then down at the bottom of that dialog box, there's a copy files button, and that'll essentially go to the pack and go, which is the second way to do it. Just go to pack and go, and you'll be able to group all those referenced files together and send them all in either a zip file or in an individual group of files.